some questions. I have some questions for y'all today. Let me see. Let me get some good sun, but not so much that is baking me. I have some questions, and these are some questions that I have had for some time. You are welcome, Renata. Hey, Destiny. Hi, Renette, Maxine, Shatera, Paula, Angela, Peace, Grand Rising, y'all. So, and I've been pondering over this. Look how beautiful that is. You may not be able to see because of the sun right now, but it is amazing. So I've been pondering sometime about, I think I'm like the only black person here right now, other than this man that has a tan almost as dark as me, but not melanated by nature. I am pretty much the only black person here right now. And I have a problem with it. I used to be, and I shared this briefly in my yoga and sound at the park class a while back. I may have shared it on a live some time ago, but I used to be a special education teacher. I was a school counselor. I was the student services chairperson, the 504 chairperson. And I said that to say, whenever there was a behavior problem, a behavioral concern, an emotional concern that came up, myself, I was like one of the first people that the teachers, the administration would come to, because as a student services chairperson, you are responsible for getting in touch with the parent, getting meetings scheduled, and then assisting with developing interventions for the child to assist the child to be able to pretty much perform academically as well as behavioral and emotionally. And one of the things that I know from experience, from research, from my work as a therapist, my work as a human, is that the beach is healing, that the sand, the dirt is healing. And I would, whenever I come to the beach, I don't see us. I see all the white kids here. I do see black people sometimes, but we're not the majority at the beach. The beach is so healing and it's so important. Hey, Miss Debbie. Hey, Miss Debbie. Miss Debbie is like one of my, she was my neighbor growing up. Hey, Miss Debbie. Tell Mr. Bill I said hi. But the beach is so healing is what I'm saying. And our kids, our children are being done a disservice because many of our children, many of us don't swim. We don't go to the beach. You know, we have these issues with colorism where growing up, you know, many people were told don't stay in the sun too long because you're going to get black, you know. And we got to be real in our community, in the black community. We have issues with colorism. There have been issues with colorism. There are still issues with colorism. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, number one, we're afraid of the sun. We're afraid to get dark. And I know a lot of people didn't like Kenya Barris's show on HBO. Let me know if y'all feel me. Brandon said because some black people wait until 4 p.m. to go to the beach late. Okay, Brandon, I can agree with that, but I've been at the beach late, and I do see black people at the beach late, but I still see more white people at the beach. So I feel you, and you are correct. So I don't want to provide misinformation that black people don't go to the beach, but we are not the majority at the beach. Our children are not the majority at the beach. Okay. when I even think about, and I said I was going to talk about this a while back too, and I had a memory that came up on my Facebook page yesterday that talked about how the earth is healing and how the soil is healing, and it helps to rid of free radicals and negative energy and all those things, right? And I also shared how it helps with hypertension, it helps with blood pressure, it helps with a ton of different things. But one of the things in the Black community that a lot of us can relate to is that a lot of our people have high blood pressure, have hypertension. Even my sister Lisa Marie Goodson has been talking about hypertension lately. But one of the things that a lot of people have hypertension, well, the sun is healing this. Okay, let me back up. So a lot of people have hypertension, which means that a lot of people are taking high blood pressure medication. Some of the side effects of the medication are sun sensitivity. So now you can't go in the sun, because if you go in the sun, then your skin is going to be sensitive and you might burn. Okay, the sun provides vitamin D. The sun helps, like, it gives us like natural healing properties that help to reduce depression, that help to reduce anxiety. So now we're already a people that have been traumatized. I don't care what anybody says, we are still dealing with it. So you got us as a people who have been traumatized. It's been passed down cellularly. Stress causes hypertension. I'm sure slavery caused hypertension. So now it's like we are attempting to heal ourselves through medications, but the medications are telling us not to get in the sun, which is natural healing. The beach is healing, the ground is healing, the earth is healing. So anyway, I'm not going to get on my soapbox and talk about this all day, but I'm like the only Black person here. I'm probably not the only Black person, but from where I can see and from the people that pass by me, I'm like the only Black person here. And then another question is, so Brandon brought up the fact that a lot of people come after 4. A lot of Black people come after 4 because they're working, right? Why do white people not working? Some of them are working, but why are these people not working? Like, why we gotta be enslaved and killing ourselves? And why? I'm just saying, like, I just notice these things. So, and I'm always thinking. So I would just encourage you guys to do what you can for yourselves, even if you go in the backyard and dig a hole and stick your feet in it, even if you go outside with a water hose. It doesn't even have to be the beach, but we have to start being good to ourselves. It's like they already know how to be good to themselves, right? If you go to the continent of Africa, there are beaches, there's water everywhere. Like, we are a people of the earth, we are a people of water, we are a people of nature. Spiritually, our spirituality, a lot of our spirituality comes from us connecting back to the earth, because we recognize that God is earth, God is nature, God is water, God is nature. So anyway, hey Sharon, thank you, Sharon, and you do a lot of educating too, and I appreciate that. Generational wealth for them. Correct, Mary. I agree with you, cousin. Yes, Levon. Yes, it is generational wealth. I'm building generational wealth, and I'm still at the beach today. So that is a reason that they are here, but that can't be the only reason. Like, we can be building generational wealth, and I'm not saying people have to come to the beach just because I'm at the beach. It's just something that I'm peeping, and I have been peeping for a while, and it just pains me. Oh, and the reason why I brought the kids up is because, so I worked at a predominantly white school my last couple years as a school counselor. I worked in the Haymont district, and they would call it the rich of the rich, the poor, right? So most of the families that I worked with, either they were Bonnie Doon, which we know a lot of areas of Bonnie Doon. Bonnie Doon is known for being impoverished, and it has challenges, right? But then there was the Haymont, there was the Gold Coast. You know, a lot of the parents who own restaurants in our community, their kids went there. So I would see kids coming, little kindergartners coming to school with Juicy Couture and Louis Vuitton boots on, and then I would see little kids coming to school that had mismatched shoes that we had to give shoes to. And I know that happens everywhere, but you could just see it so much. But the one thing that the little white kids, and I'm just speaking real, I'm speaking true, and there were some other people that were not white that had money, but the majority were. And their kids, they were going to the beach. Oh, Miss Fuller, I went to the beach this weekend. You know, they would come back and showing their pictures and having their little souvenirs. They had beach houses and all this stuff. But then my other kids, who I was in student services meetings with most often, they were not afforded the ability to go to the beach. And the ones that were afforded the availability still wasn't going. And I'm not saying the beach is the only thing, but today that's what I'm speaking on. I just noticed that we are not taking advantage of things because historically we have been shunned away from it. We don't swim, and I can't swim. I've taken swim. Let me not say I can't swim. I am learning to swim. I'm better than I was. But my son can swim. He's a very good swimmer. And it has nothing to do with that, but just the fact that as much as we can, it's important for us to know that there's alternative ways to feel better. There's alternative ways to heal. I have nothing against medication, but in addition to that, there are so many other things that you can do. So anyway, I'm done. I'm gonna play my bowl a little bit more. I'll keep the live on a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go and get in the water. Y'all can remember when I was younger, I used to like suck my stomach in all the time, to the point that it was natural to suck my stomach in, and it was like no problem at all. Now, child, I don't even be trying to suck it in. It is what it is. But I used to have that muscle memory that it was just like nothing. It's like as soon as I stood up, that stomach would go in. Okay, y'all, so I guess it is time for me to go since it failed. So I will see y'all soon. Love you all, and we'll be doing something soon at a beach near you. Peace.